Good afternoon, Tucker Keller Williams. This is Dawn Robinson, your assistant team lead at Keller Williams Realty Atlanta Partners Perimeter East here in Tucker. Hope you are all doing great. We are, as a leadership team, are working to put together a series of core training videos for you. Reason being, we want you guys to take full advantage of the resources you have available to learn at your own pace and to make sure we are bringing you every resource you could possibly need to be successful. So in today's video, we are going to take a look at setting up your profiles in a couple of different places, some other training resources you have available to you, and also doing some of the background setup in your Keller Command to have you ready for the next videos that are coming out. So to start with, we definitely do want to always work in Google Chrome when we're working with our Keller Command and Keller Williams apps. It's just the best platform to receive that information. Today we are going to start very basic and very beginning at your MyKW platform, which is mykw.kw.com. I recommend that you bookmark that. It will prompt you to log in if you haven't already logged in, which I have. So today we are going to look at a few things, first of which is going to be your profile here. Right underneath your name, you'll have your profile here. If you're a new agent and you just completed the Scott Leroy marketing questionnaire, this is where that information should feed to, but you do want to take a look at it and make sure that everything is accurate, and also know where you can go in to update things as you need to update your biography or any contact information, those sorts of things. So if we click on the profile, it'll take you to your personal information. As you can see, it's got my name, first name, last name, username. Don't change your username, please. Some of these things you do not have the access to change because they're set in already in place by KW, but if you needed to change a phone number or a mobile phone number, that's all right here. If you needed to add a biography, say if you had set up with Scott Leroy, or if you had just never done your biography previously, this is not going to pull anything for you, so you would probably want to put something in here about your history or your resources or something to engage your potential clients with. Scrolling a little bit further down, one that typically does not come filled in is going to be this service area here. I do recommend putting in your service areas that you're specializing in. It's not going to limit your ability to do business, sell real estate outside of those. It's just going to help a little bit with your IDX placements. So we would put in a city right there, and then you would submit to add those cities to your profile. I go back to my profile. You can see that you can also add your social media information in here. Again, if you didn't set that up, if you learn a new language or you have a second language that you speak, you can add that information in here. And then you have a recovery email address down here as well. So that if you changed your, personal email address and you wanted that recovery in case you ever forgot how to log into your KW, that will be a good option to have there as well. That's really about it on this profile. So we will go back out to the mykw.kw page and look at where else we can go. So that was our profile on there. What we also want to look at on our KW page is the white pages, and that's exactly what it sounds like. It's where you can search for office information or agent information, anybody in Keller Williams, regardless of whether they're in our office or not. So if you needed to get hold of an agent for referral purposes or just for contact purposes in a transaction, you have information for all KW agents right here. Of course, this is information that's going to pull from that profile for you that we just looked at. So that should be up to date at any given time. Close out of that. One of the other things you would want to be aware of from your mykw.kw page is the Market Center intranet right here. This is going to be a resource for you for things relevant to specifically to our Market Center, to our office. So if we click on the Market Center intranet, it will open a page that looks like this. Most of the information you're going to need is going to be under this Market Center tab. Let me click on the Market Center tab. You can see you have a couple of resources up here. So we have a calendar. This is going to be the training calendar for the office. I'm going to show you where that is also on a Google Calendar, but we keep it up to date in the Intranet as well. We've got a resources document here. Excuse me, resources tab here. So resources tab has a couple of things you can do on it. We do have an agent on duty calendar. So if you wanted to sign up to be the agent on duty, it looks like we actually have shifts available for tomorrow. If you wanted to sign up to be the agent on duty, meaning that any calls that come in that aren't specifically asking for a listing or a particular client would go to the agent on duty for that day. You're not required to be physically in the office. You would just need to have the ability to answer your phone if calls are forwarded or take a call if somebody had walked into the market center. Also, under the resources, you'll see we have the conference rooms, Capitol Corner and Success Lane, also known as large conference room and small conference room. So you have the ability to go in here and book the conference room for any time that you might need to meet with a client or have a private meeting where you didn't have an office space to have that. So you can book the conference rooms fairly far in advance and then just have that time set aside. Be aware, please, that currently it is May 27th, 2020, so we are limiting the number of agents that are available to use the conference room. The large conference room can have a maximum of 5 people in there. The small conference room, a maximum of 3 people in there for social distancing purposes. I would also ask that if you did book the conference room and had an appointment cancel, please reach out to us so that we can remove that. Because obviously only one agent can book it at a time. So we want to make it available to as many of you as possible for the meetings with your clients that you may need to have. Back under the resources tab in our market center. The training room is where we have the team meetings, the larger room, and to get signed up for that one, if you were trying to do a buyer seminar or something along those lines, you would just need to reach out to our front desk at frontdesk322@kw.com, request that be assigned to you. It is done on a priority basis, so if we have multiple requests for the use of the room, we would have to make a decision on who gets that. Typically, it's not a problem to use it on weekends or whatnot. Okay, if we move, again, not still into the Market Center, but from the Resources to the Documents tab, you can see in the Documents tab, we have a couple of things in here. We have forms for transactions. So if you need a copy of the FMLS 117-118 in here, you've got that. Our earnest money deposit forms, forms for transaction, disclosure, DA request, etc. The advertising disclosure relating to our use of Supreme and O'Kelly and Sorham as affiliated partners, request for a closing DA, the sewage system and water system, and then the wire fraud disclosure. So these are going to be documents that the compliance department is going to be looking for on your transactions, specifically to Keller Williams Atlanta Partners review of transactions. So we want to make these in one easy place for you to access. Also in this Documents tab, you'll see that we have Cares for Kids flyers. So this is going to be a lot of the flyers that we put out that are created professionally within Keller Williams Atlanta Partners for you to use in your listing presentations or other sorts of things to show all the good work that we as agents are doing through the KW Cares 501c3, our nonprofit. So you can have ready-made materials that you can put into a pamphlet if needed, or email out, or post on social media, or those sorts of things. Also in here, just popped in our DBA logo, so you'll see a little bit later in these videos we'll be looking for your DBA logo, and I wanted to make sure that y'all had access to find this in one easy location. So that is pretty much it for the intranet here. It does have some other resources on there, but really you're going to be under the resources and documents tab, or the calendar if you need to see the training calendar for the month. All right. So if we go back to our mykw.kw.com page, one other thing I did want to show you from here is under the Home tab, drop down to KW Connect. KW Connect is where Keller Williams International is putting out a number of live streams, videos, trainings. Right now it defaults to this Pivot Shift Ahead link, and it has daily updates on the videos that are available. You can see what the calendar for the week is of live streams if you want to participate live, or that you can also grab on-demand videos regarding multiple topics: finances, lead gen, skills, mindset, the Shift Book Club, the Pivot Power sessions, what we were just on, and then special sessions. So if they did something specifically, it looks like a couple of these are on luxury markets, profit principles, some other things like that. So you've got on-demand videos here. And then also as an amazing resource for you, you have this technology tab, tech-enabled agent. This is going to help you go through a lot of the things that, if you want to get ahead of the training videos that we're doing and you prefer to learn it on your own rather than listen to me and Ron, you can go this technology tech-enabled agent and it'll walk you through various trainings of getting your command up and running. So again, you're using those tools to the highest level to maximize the profitability of your business. I definitely recommend to get into the KW Connect and look around a little bit and watch a few videos. Everybody has their favorites. I happen to really like Nick Baldwin as far as the content he puts out, but you'll see who various people that you can follow. All right, so that's really it with our kw.kw.com. The other item I wanted to show you is actually your command, and that is your Keller Williams provided platform. So that website is agent.kw.com. It's going to prompt you to log in. It is the same username and password for your mykw.kw.com, your agent.kw.com, and your Kelly app that we will get to a little later. So same username, password, everything made fairly simple on that. When you log in, it's going to default you to this home screen. And I'm going to run through quickly what this home screen is, and then we're going to go through in these following videos what each of these sub-applets is. So on our home screen, you'll see command, you'll see connect, and connect within command is a little different than connect within kw.com in that it is a network type situation where you can see right here what groups I'm subscribed to, and then you can see the people from the groups have posted questions for that group. You can join various groups. You can, post questions in here once you're in there. Of course, you can reply if you had the answer to somebody's questions. So again, another resource Q&A of agents helping agents on here. If we go back to our actual command homepage, we looked at connect. You will not have a command MC on yours as agents. That's specifically for the staff of the Market Center. So don't worry that you don't see that. You can see over here, there's an on air, which means that there's an active live stream going on right now. So if you happen to click on here and see that, you can know that you can be part of a live stream going on at any time. If it's not a live stream, it's just grayed out. This little house looking thing right here is the marketplace. And what the marketplace is a resource where you can find additional software and apps and those sorts of things that connect with command. Typically, these are a purchase type item. There are some free ones in here. As far as there's porch repair. So if you need estimates on repair, there are some free ones in here. For the most part, starting out, you most likely won't need these, but as your business grows, if you need more access to things or deeper access to things, this is where you may need to go to reference that. So we go back to our dashboard. You can see this little bell right here. So this little bell is going to be your notifications. So when you have a new lead that's uploaded into command or you have a message from somebody, you're going to get a notification right here on your home screen. If you click on the bell, all of your notifications would pop up. And since I don't have a red dot, I know that all of my notifications are caught up currently. So that's a great shortcut to make sure that you're staying in contact quickly with people that are reaching out to you. So best practice definitely to keep that cleaned up so that, once you receive a notification, you respond to it, you do what you need to do, then you're going to clear the notification out so that next time you see that red dot, you'll know that it's something new. Okay. I'm going to skip the profile for just 1 minute, and I'm going to go over this little question mark right here. I will say if you get nothing else out of today's video, please, please, please pay attention to this little question mark because when you click on that, it pops out where you help and information. And then if we click on this Keller Williams University, you can type in just about any subject that is related to Keller Williams Command, KW Command, and it will have a step-by-step with pictures guide on how to use that particular applet, or how to create whatever it is you're trying to create. So if we, let me close that, we can go in here and say contacts. So it's going to tell you exactly how to upload your contacts and mark your contacts and edit your contacts. So again, if you get nothing else out of say, this little question mark right here allows you just a ton of really step-by-step guides on how to use Command, and how to, if you're stuck on a certain point, how to get past where you need to go as far as getting to the next level. Okay. Under the Keller Williams University, where you have all those articles, there is also a chat with support. So if you really are seeing an issue, you can chat with support, being that they have 180,000 agents using a relatively new software, not brand new, but relatively new, and not everybody has embraced it initially. There is going to be a substantial wait on chat in most cases. Being that we are on the East Coast, I have found that if you can get in there early, it will help with the speed of your results, because not everybody on the West Coast is going to be, posting things in there at 7 o'clock our time. And then you also have the option to post an ID on here. So if you see something that you really think would be great for Command and we're not seeing it done yet, you can post an idea in there, and our developers will be reviewing what's posted on that one. So again, the question mark, your best friend there. So from here, what we're going to do is go ahead and set up a couple of little background things so that when we're moving on to the next videos, you can be ready to do that. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to show you right here. If you did not like the layout of the homepage, mine is the default layout where it has my tasks, my goals, my database health score, product updates, design updates, and then playbook here. If you did not like that, you do have the option to customize your homepage and remove things or reorder things, etc. So if you are particular about how your homepage looks, you just really need it to just be clean and just have tasks or whatever, you can do that. Most of Command is very customizable to what you need, but it is also set up with the defaults based upon the feedback from a lot of agents. So before you go in and changing a lot of things, I would just get in here and use it in the format it is initially, so that you can, have the best advantage of what other agents have decided was, kind of the best practice on there. Okay. So from our Command home screen, now we're going to go over to where our name, and if you've put your headshot in, your photo is, and we're going to use this little drop down right here to go to the settings. Now, I know we said we were going to do profiles. You may think it's the profile. It's not. It's actually the settings. And then under the settings, we're going to take a look at the marketing profile. And the marketing profiles is what's going to pull on all of your materials that you create through Command. So if you're creating Facebook ads, or you're creating postcards, or whatever it be, then your marketing profile is what's going to feed that. And under this Connect settings, if we do the drop down under Connect settings, you'll see the marketing profile. We're going to click on that, and you'll see the details of my profile. So again, you're going to need to set up your profile in the mykw.kw.com, and you're also going to need to confirm the profile in your Command to make sure that everything you're putting out is branded to you in every possible way, that it's accurate and up to date at all times, that it's got the most information to provide any potential clients that are looking at you, everything they need to decide if you're the person that they want to work with. So it's very simple and user friendly. So if I hadn't had a photo up here, I could just hit upload photo, pull one from whatever it be in my my pictures over here, and then I would just hit open. I'm not going to change my profile photo because I don't know if I have that one on this computer. So photo, it does say required, so you're going to realize that when you're going in here to update things, if they're required, it won't let you save until they're done. So anything with a little red dot is going to be required. So you've got your contact information, your license number, where you're working, your job title, biography. Mine's very brief, but you may want to add some more details in there about how long you've lived in Georgia, or what areas you specialize in, or what type of properties you specialize in, or your kids or your family, or whatever it be that makes you approachable to, again, potential clients. Your contact information is required on here. And your website is not, but again, best practice to go ahead and use that. You are going to need to do your Market Center brokerage logo, and that's going to be where we looked for the DBA logo just a minute ago in the intranet. So you can grab the DBA logo and upload it there. You can just save it to your computer and upload it there. And then your Market Center brokerage name, your Atlanta Perimeter East, your Market Center contact information. I believe most of this should default for you guys, but again, you want to make sure that it's accurate because this is what's going to pull to any marketing that you create through this. And then you can add additional things on here as well, as far as social media, Google Analytics, everything else that you've got on here. Your KW app should be on here. If it's not, we're going to show you where to find that in a subsequent video. Okay, so that is your KW profile. If we go back to our settings, or you can also reach this through just going to command settings and applications. The last thing we're going to do today is actually show you where to connect some of the applications that you're going to need in order to make the most of your command and the communication tools that it allows. So first and foremost is the DocuSign. If you haven't used DocuSign previously, it is a digital signature format where you're able to send and receive all of your documents via email, and you never have to print out documents or see somebody in person to get them signed. So if I did not have this connected already, there'd be a little blue box like this that said connect account. So you would just click that, and there's a step-by-step walkthrough of how to connect your account. It can take a little bit of time to connect, so I highly recommend doing this before you need it. And then once you have put in your email address, it will send you an email to confirm the connection. That's when it will actually say connected right here. As a note, you cannot have two DocuSign accounts with the same email address. So as best practice, we've said to use your KW email address for your command DocuSign. If you've set up a free DocuSign previously using that email address, you can contact DocuSign and request that they terminate the previous account, or you would have to use a different email address to create the DocuSign account here. You just cannot have two accounts with the same email address, and this account is not quite the same as a free account because this is an account that's agreement between Keller Williams and DocuSign to provide their services for our agents. So you'll want to make sure that you definitely connect your DocuSign account. You will also want to look to see if your Twilio account is connected. Twilio is what's going to allow you to do text messaging through command. Quick note, there is a fee associated using Twilio. It is per text, and it's something like 0.007 cents per text. So you'll start with an account for $20, and it'll deplete down until you've used up your $20, and then it'll recharge you. You just keep a credit card on file with them. So full disclosure, there is a charge to it, but it is very minimal, and it's also a very convenient way to communicate through the command, through the smart plans that we will get into, again, in subsequent videos. So same process, you would just hit the connect account here, and then it will give you the information to open Twilio, to put in your credit card information. And then if you want to set up a local phone number, it's an additional $1 a month to do that. And we will, like I said, get into that one in further videos, but you can go ahead and look at this Twilio and consider whether you want to go ahead and set that up now. I would highly recommend that you do, again, so that you can get the most resources out of your command software. Lastly, on the settings here, we are going to want, applications, we are going to want to look at our social medias. So if you have your social media that you want to connect here, you would, again, do these connect accounts. Facebook, Twitter, it does Instagram, Google AdWords. And last but not least, your command email. This should already stay connected for you, but you want to go in here and manage that and just confirm that it's got the correct name, it's got your correct email, because when you send something from command and anybody replies to you, this is going to be where the email goes to. So you want to make sure that you're receiving this somewhere convenient. As you can see right here, you get 5,000 available emails per month. If you didn't find out that you need more than that, this managed subscription would take you back to the marketplace. And if you need to get 10,000, there's purchase price plans if you need to add more to your command email options. It is the 27th day of the month. I send a decent amount of emails monthly through Command, and I have 4,400 plus left to use. So I doubt that too many of you will need to purchase additional subscriptions, but I wanted you to be aware of where it was should you need to. So we're not going to save any changes on my Command email because that's all set up and working. Guys, that is the highlights for today. I hope you find this video helpful. And if you have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to any of us in the Market Center. We are here to be a resource for you. Be looking for some more of these videos, getting more in depth over the next weeks. And if you have anything that you need from us, we are here to help. All right, take care, everybody.